So what we're learning tonight is that Special Counsel Robert Mueller is using a Washington, D.C. based grand jury as part of his probe into Russia's meddling in the election and any possible ties of collusion between Trump associates. And why that's important, this is kind of a procedural step, really, in the grand scheme of things, because he's going to use this grand jury to issue subpoenas and call witnesses as he continues investigation. I would caution anybody to think that this is a very substantial, move in this investigation. This isn't a sign that indictments are imminent, or that they've settled on charges, or that they know specifically that someone is in trouble criminally. What this is just showing that Robert Mueller is in a position now where he can take some of the evidence that he's gathered, or just what he has so far, to a grand jury to have subpoenas issued and to compel people to testify potentially as he furthers the investigation.
I tell you every time that we have a leak like this, and if you follow it up and you look at the intelligence afterwards, there are persons that are out there who follow this very, 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 very closely.
You can't read too much into this. I think everybody should kind of take a deep breath about it. But it is a sign that this is a serious inquiry, and that Mueller has kind of gotten to that point where people are going to have to come and talk to him or give him some documents.
And they are looking for ways around it. One of the great vulnerabilities that terrorists understand is their communications.
Separately, we are reporting tonight, the AP is reporting that Michael Flynn is amending his public financial disclosure, which is a form that people that come into the government have to fill out that discloses all of their finances and discloses their debt and things like this. And the whole point of that is to head off or give the public an idea of any potential conflicts of interest that they may have when they're in their government roles. For Flynn, it's a little different because he's coming back and kind of after he's left the government and was fired back, or was ousted really back in February. What he's doing, a person that we've just discussed the details of this filing with, is saying that they're doing this to be transparent and to make sure that the filing is accurate. Kind of going back and reporting some things that they had left off the form previously. Flynn was heavily involved in the Trump campaign, and some of the things that we're learning from this new filing are that he had entered into an agreement with a data firm, or a company that's related to this data firm, Cambridge Analytica, that had done some work for the Trump campaign. And this has, on Capitol Hill, this has attracted a lot of scrutiny because part of the Russia probe is looking at the campaign's data operation and whether there was any, use of it in furtherance of fake news or other elements of this Russian meddling. I should note that Flynn says, what we know about this is that there wasn't any money that changed hands. It was a very preliminary agreement, and that he actually terminated it pretty quickly after the election.